Hi guys, we are going to talk about adding and subtracting now. We've done multiplying and dividing. And remember, multiplying, you can just go straight across. You factor, you cancel out, we're done. Dividing, keep, change, flip, then you just treat it the same way. Okay, unfortunately, adding and subtracting takes a little bit more. Okay, and one thing that we reviewed on the warm-up was that you have to have a common denominator in order to add and subtract. And when you do that, you don't actually have to mess with the denominator. Once they match, you don't actually have to do anything more, okay? The hard part is getting that common denominator. So when it comes to expressions, when it comes to variables and polynomials and that kinds of stuff, it's the same rule. So when we already have common denominators, it's pretty easy. We just go through, we say, okay, these are both x minus 2. So that really means that it's just, this is the common denominator. So I like to write it as just one denominator, and then that means these are in the numerator along with our sign right there. So that means that it's just 4x and x, and we are subtracted. Okay? So we just go through and we subtract or add the numerators once we know that the common denominator matches. That really means there's just one denominator right there. Okay, so then 4x minus x, we know that that is just 3x. So we can put the numerator together over that common denominator, and that would be our answer. All right, so I want everyone to try this one. Pretty easy. You're probably already ahead of me. So let me go ahead and just catch up. Let me put it a little bit lower because I know it's hard to see right here. Okay, so right now we notice that's the common denominator, so I put 1. That means I could add 2x squared and 2. And then if you notice, we've always referred back to factoring. So if you notice, what kind of jumped out to me was that they both have a 2. So even though this is kind of where we think we should stop, because they're not like terms, if you factor out a 2 from both of those, you get x squared plus, divide that by 2 and you get 1. And if you notice here, it will even get smaller. So even though you might not have realized it here, because you can't put them together, we could do something more and we could factor out. So factoring is going to come into play all the time. Well here, x squared plus 1 and x squared plus 1, we know that they cancel. Let me use this. We know that they cancel. So really, overall, this whole thing just reduces to the number 2. Alright, so not that bad if they match. It gets a little bit trickier once they don't match.